I just want to lay around naked and play my phone.
Wax on, wax on.
When I look in the mirror, I'm like, dang, this dude's like 56.
There's two of them.
But I tell you, when I got hit, dude, I was like,
There can be only one.
Unless it's her brother.
her ex is her brother? Whoa, there's more to unpack right there, dude.
Is that?
By the way, I married him.
Yes.
Wait, that sounded weird. That sounded weird. What I meant is, I was the
officiated
the
Yes, you officiated
I officiated the
I am married to Cassie. Yes.
You looked at me weird. I'm like, I did
Sure.
marry you.
Yes, we're married.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And I'm Anthony. And this is Doors Open.
What's up, brother?
Oh, nothing much, man. You know, it's a rainy day today that we're filming. You like that? Just out of nowhere. Yeah. I just hit it with the weather.
You didn't say happy birthday to me. I just had a birthday.
I mean, that was like a week or two ago, man. You old. Do you even remember how old you are?
No, that's what I was hoping you would tell me.
Do you like, real question, do you ever like go somewhere and like, if people are like, how old are you? You have to like sit there for a second and think about it, like count the days and be like, oh
the
yeah.
Days?
Yeah, the days.
No, I just say I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're like, how old are you?
You're like, you really want to know?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like in my 40s. They're like, no. Exactly.
Exactly how old.
I will say no, I don't even think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm
I
the
usually
same.
don't fuck up too. You know, like get it wrong.
Really?
Yeah. You fuck it up?
Yeah, all the time.
Really? How old do you think you are?
I'm 28.
You look in the mirror?
And I mean, when I look in the mirror, I'm like, dang, this dude's like 56.
I might get butchered in the comments, but
okay.
I was getting a facial done. That's not the reason why I'm getting butchered. And I was talking to the young lady, the esthetician.
Yeah.
And I was talking about my wife. It's like, yeah, I've been married 20 years, almost 20 years.
Right,
and she was like, she goes, what? She goes, what do you mean almost 20 years? She's like, when did you guys start dating? Like 14? And I was like, what? I was like, no. She's like, how old are you? I was like, at the time I was 40. I was like, I'm 40. Yeah. She goes, you don't look 40. Yeah, I felt so good.
Yeah.
Because she was young. She was like 22. 23.
Did you tip her good?
Anthony, you trying to act like fuck this girl? Come on,
no,
bro. I'm talking about my wife over there, dude.
I'm saying she was working the tip. Yeah, see, Dowie knew what I was talking about.
No, dude. No, she's being honest, dude. And she said, God's honest. I don't even want to say. I get paid well. God. You know why you gotta bring me down like that?
I'm sorry, man. You did just have a birthday. How was your birthday?
It sucked.
Oh.
It sucked. Yeah. Okay, here's why it sucked. Right?
Okay.
It's not,
yeah.
I wanted to keep it chill.
Right.
I was
okay.
like, I just want wings because I love wings. Right.
Yeah. We know this. We've heard the stories. We've seen you.
The stories. Yes. Everyone talks about Matt eating his wings. But I just want to eat some wings. My wife went, oh man, I gotta bring some. It's gonna be controversial.
Oh, sorry.
Right. So my wife went to a well-reviewed place to get some wings.
Okay. Yeah.
And the wings sucked. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. I wasn't like, why'd you do this? I was like, oh man, these are dry. But Anthony, I'm not saying that you were the person to ask this question to, right? But you are here and
I'm of that nature.
Yes. Why is there a thing of people of color darker than me that like food cooked well done?
Oh, I don't know. I think honestly, like,
how do you have your steak?
I mean, I don't eat steak.
You did it at some point in your life.
I did back in the day. But
and how did you have it?
I would have it either medium well or well done.
All right, but why? What's that? Why?
I'm just not. I don't like a lot of blood and stuff like that. I don't like the juicy.
But you know that stereotype, right?
Yeah.
So,
I get it.
So the wings are super dry.
Yeah.
Right?
But but here's the thing. Okay. For steak, I'll do medium well or well. But for my wings, I would rather them like juicy. Like I don't like this guy. Because I don't like dry wings. Like I don't want it to be like all like unless it's like breaded chicken or something like that. That's where it's crispy. But if it's like hot wings or something like that, you don't want them like dry. You need them juice.
But you know that's a thing though, right?
Yeah, I mean I've been to different places that.
Okay, so I'm not going to name names, right? But I went to a friend of ours barbecue, right?
Yeah.
And this person, let's just say, listens to a lot of rap music. No, I'm just joking.
Why are you skirting around this? You
kidding.
can say
I'm just
it was a
joking,
black guy.
No,
It was a black guy or a black girl.
I went to a buddy's house. It's a black guy, right?
I can't believe you said that.
For years, they've talked about like black people grilling out, barbecues, and all this stuff. I was like, cool, man. Hey, man, I'm not saying no names. I ain't saying no names, right? I don't want to be disrespectful. So I went, and motherfucker, this shit was dry as hell, dude. I was like, damn, did they burn everything? I swear to God, I went in there with hoping because I'm like, man, I'm at the barbecue.
Right.
I'm at the barbecue. I got
Yeah.
So I'm there. Everyone all the things are there, man. Right. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, it's fucking dry. And I was like, oh, maybe I just got a bad piece.
Yeah.
Do everything that way. Even the burgers, right?
I mean,
everything.
then
it really was a situation where I was confused. I think Dolly knows what I'm talking about. But
was it an off day? Like, did they just mess up that day?
No. All I've heard my entire relationship, everyone was like, put my foot in it, And I was like, dude, the whole time I was like, man, what the fuck? What's going on here? So I don't know. So I know everyone's heard this stereotype, and I just wondered, like, is there just something to it?
I mean, I personally can't speak to it because, like, in Jamaica, we don't really do like, with jerk chicken and stuff like that. It's never like, you see how I glossed over that? But with like jerk chicken, it's not supposed to be like dry. You know?
I love Jamaican food.
Yeah,
it's juicy.
That one's for you, producer.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Jamaica is a different vibe.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, just everything about it. All the food's different. Right? So yeah, I can see how like, but you do eat that steak. Steak well done.
Like I said, I like it well or medium well.
Is it because you can bite into it easier or something? Like there's no chewiness or something?
I mean, like it's more chewy.
I wouldn't know, bro. I just don't know why.
You should try it. Just go.
I don't think so.
Just try it well done.
Some places don't.
Or medium well. Do medium well.
Medium well.
Yeah, medium well.
You tried it?
I've tried all of it for sure.
And
I'm a medium rare guy.
Yeah, medium rare. Yeah.
It's too red for me. they just throw the calf in front of you and just like rip into it. You like to hunt it down yourself.
I'm the anti-vegan.
The anti-vegan.
Carnivore. Carnivore. No, but I was just curious, man, because like I said, it wasn't my wife's fault, right?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't make it.
Dude, she went all out. I'm talking about I had like stacks of wings just for me.
Man.
And she's like, I'm gonna give them all the wings.
Yeah, all the choices.
I was like, I ate all of it throughout like 2 days because I wanted to be nice.
Well, I mean, if you had a stack of wings like this big, you're not gonna waste it.
I felt bad about wasting food, so I was like, I gotta eat this. But man, I was like, dude, why? And I don't know. This wasn't done right, and it was a 5-star rating. And I'm like, man, what's the deal here? And I was just curious. And
maybe it's a Southern thing.
Well, I asked my wife. I was like, hey, man. I was like, I don't want to be presumptuous. I was like, but was this black owned? She goes, yes. And I was like, okay.
Did she like the wings?
No, she didn't like the wings either.
That sucks.
But she thought, like I said, I wasn't mad because for her birthday, I did something and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Things you can't control.
Yeah.
I paid for a masseuse. The masseuse like fucked up their scheduling.
Yeah.
And she ended up not getting a massage.
Right.
And I felt bad. And it wasn't my fault, but I felt bad. And she felt bad too.
Do you think that like that speaks to the era that we're in where like customer service and stuff like that is like really declined?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because I mean, I just feel like, I mean, even going to like a fast food restaurant, it's like you might as well just go to a sit down restaurant. It takes like 15 minutes for you to get your food and you're in the drive through.
And the prices of it.
The prices are crazy.
Like if you go to like, let's say Chick-fil-A, right? And you get a number one with the,
a drink.
It's like what, $12, $10?
Yeah. It's crazy.
I could, back in the day, I don't know how it is now, but if I were to eat at Applebee's, that's like the same thing.
Yeah, that's a steak dinner right there.
Yeah, medium rare. Yeah, you're right. It's totally different. And I think a lot of people are moving towards that, like just not going fast food.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a metric scale how people see how the economy is doing, about how many burgers McDonald's sells, and it's just going down and down because McDonald's is just.
Well, the
when you get
customer
shit
service.
Yeah,
this sucks.
Service,
because you know what food you're gonna get when you go to McDonald's. So it's not like the food has really changed. It's just the service, the type of people that you're interacting with, where they're.
It has
changed, yes, because the quality is. It is, but
smaller.
But I'm saying like it's real thin, super thin. I mean, when we get them for my middle child, she likes McDonald's, so we'll get her a meal every now and then. But it's really for me like the people, like they're on their phones, they're like having conversations while you're like sitting there waiting for them to take your order.
You think like it's just entitlements or something?
I feel like it. Yeah,
I think everyone hates. Like, do you remember a couple years ago when they were pushing for like $20 an hour for everything? And that's great. That's a great idea, right? It's a great idea for everyone to make a good livable wage to do what they do.
Yeah,
but I think it just also made people like hate their job. You know, and I feel you don't see this so much at Chick-fil-A, for instance, but at Checkers, McDonald's, Burger King, you get the vibe that these people do not like their job.
Yeah, they don't want to be there.
And they want you to know they hate their job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're also like corporates cutting like the amount of people you have on your team. So now like you're having to do more, but getting paid less, and you don't want to be there. So it's like all that factors in to where it's like they're not going to want to be like, hey, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you? They're just like, what do you want?
Damn. What do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah. Do you think they are doing more now? You think they've taken people out?
I mean, if you, definitely taking people out of the teams, like just across the board, like they're downsizing so many different things.
I noticed that a lot in restaurants with COVID, right? That people were like had to run skeleton crews.
Yeah.
And I think, the higher ups are like, we're making still decent money.
Yeah.
Let's not hire these people back. Let's not put them on the schedule.
Exactly.
You know, let's have less full-time people. And shit, has Walmart been 24 hours? No.
No.
Cut them hours. They're like, you know what?
Yeah, as soon as they cut it, they're like, we're not going to go back.
And that was the thing about Walmart. Is like,
it was 24 hours.
You go there 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, I need to buy them like this Trojan extra larges. You know what I'm saying?
This guy. In your juicy dreams.
All right, let's get on with it.
All
Right? All right. So you don't know why black people like things well done. Thanks for wasting my time.
I think it's a Southern thing. It might be a Southern thing.
It could be. That could be a Southern thing.
Maybe we need to hit the streets and start asking some questions.
So I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to trigger anybody.
When
it's
everybody,
a legitimate question.
When people say that, they are being offensive and trying to trigger people. Just. But anyway, what's your question? What's your question?
It's a curiosity.
Yeah.
That there's a stereotype for this, and I'm curious to know where does it stem from.
Yeah.
You know. And I've lived through some of that, so I'm just curious.
No, you're good. You're good.
You forgive me?
He's okay.
He's okay, guys. Hey, he says I'm okay.
I said it.
All right. Let's see. Am I the asshole for asking my husband not to walk around all nude because it makes my daughter uncomfortable? Yeah,
Yes.
dude. You're not the asshole.
No,
Your husband is.
That's weird.
And we don't know if this is a stepdad. We don't know if this. You know,
I mean, they could be nudists.
It doesn't matter.
They could be nudists.
Ooh, that's
But
nice. That's a nice little Because do you remember that movie with Vigo, where it's like Captain Awesome? Is that what it's called?
Maybe. Yeah.
And they were nudists, and I thought it was really strange. Well, I don't know if they were nudists, but he was nude a lot. Like the dad was, right? Like, 'cause they lived in the woods. And it was just, they were cool of him just being naked. I don't know.
Anyway, keep going. Just got sidetracked for a second.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a 14-year-old daughter, and my husband has 2 sons who are 10. I guess they're twins. Has 2 sons who are 10.
Maybe.
My daughter's dad. I mean, it gotta be. How are they both 10? You know.
So this is a stepdad situation.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, because they're presenting it that way. I'll start over. So I have a 14-year-old daughter, and my husband has 2 sons who are 10. My daughter's dad passed away when she was just 2. Yes, that scenario.
Yeah.
And my stepson's mom died when they were around 5. My husband was pretty used to walking around the house naked after showering since he just had boys around. But now that it's me and my daughter, who again is a teenager, my daughter leaves her door open because something that happened when she was younger. Damn, there's a lot of things going on here.
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. And plus, I don't know if it's cool for dads to walk around naked at that age.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
You know? I don't have sons either. But still.
Yeah,
like,
but, I mean,
I never
you
would.
definitely understand.
Yeah.
Like my youngest is just turned 3 and he hasn't seen me naked. I don't expect him to see me naked. Like, that's why I have a door in my bathroom, is to close it so that I can be
I think
there.
daughters and moms are different.
Yeah.
Because my wife, she's naked a lot, right? And so she's like, I grew up in a nude household. Like, my mom was naked a lot.
Right.
So I asked my daughter, I'm like, how do you feel about it? Right? And I remember her at first being like, yeah, I don't care. But now she's like, I kind of care.
Yeah.
So now my wife's like, oh man, like I gotta pivot. I gotta do something about this, because you have to respect what the kids,
Right.
How they feel about it.
Yeah.
As far as their own bodies and seeing things. Because I thought it was weird. Because I didn't grow up.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that's weird too.
Yeah, my wife was like, hey, have you seen your dad naked? I'm like, no. Like, maybe once when I was a little kid, because I walked in the wrong position, situation.
Right.
I was like, no, man. I was like, that's not something that's done.
I mean, so
In
to
my
be
house.
fair, back in the day, like when you go to the beach in Jamaica and stuff like that, they had showers. So you know they had the guys and the girls showers.
There's
so
nude beaches there, too.
There were, yeah. I mean, it's smaller now, but you would take a shower. So I've seen my dad naked when I was a little kid, but like when I got older, it was like we wouldn't do that type of stuff anymore. I'd go to my room and do my stuff, and then he'd go to his room and do his stuff. It's like now, once you hit a certain age,
It's weird.
yeah, it becomes
Right?
weird.
I agree. I'll go back to the beginning of this paragraph. My daughter leaves her door open because something happened when she was younger, which I guess I don't know if they want to talk about.
Yeah.
We had to evacuate and her door got stuck. So she's a bit traumatized by it. Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. I thought it was going to be worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, my husband has been in the habit of walking around the bathroom naked after taking a shower. So strolling to the bathroom and all chill while scrolling on his phone. My daughter came to me the other day complaining that she doesn't want to see him like that. The mom should have said something already, though.
Yeah.
Like, she should have noticed his behavior, be like, hey,
Do you mind?
yeah, like, my daughter's 14.
Yeah.
And we haven't been married too long.
Right.
Right? It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it is. I feel like that's a conversation that should have been had. I don't feel like your
Beforehand.
daughter should have said something to you.
Yeah.
You should have addressed that. So maybe you're the asshole. I told my husband about it, and he was like, okay. But then he got annoyed with my daughter for bringing it up instead of just letting it go. That's a weird way to react to.
Yeah, that is very weird.
Yeah, like, why would you get mad? I can't walk around naked playing on my phone.
Yeah.
Dude, she's weirded by it.
Yeah, she's a
Just be cool.
14-year-old
Just
girl.
Put on some underwear.
Yeah.
Or a towel.
Yeah,
Or close
easy.
the door.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options.
There's a lot of options.
You don't have to do like just, I just want to lay around naked and play on my phone.
Yeah. I mean,
know?
you can just stay in your room, just shut the door.
Yeah. I think you married the wrong guy.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Okay. Bringing up, let's letting it go. I explained that she thinks seeing her stepfather naked is really disrespectful to both of them, and she values her privacy or his privacy. He suggests that she start closing the door,
Wow.
even though he knows about her trauma.
Wow.
That is disrespectful.
That is
She got
He-
locked in.
Yeah.
And they had to evacuate.
Yeah.
She thought she was gonna die.
right.
He's a dick. He's a dick.
Yeah, he is.
And then he said to get her into therapy. She's already in therapy and is actually getting better at shutting the door when she's changing. He got all mad, saying, "I was choosing her over him." Yes, you should choose your children over your spouse. You know, and
Your new spouse. Your new spouse too.
Yes, and they're fragile.
Yeah.
She's 14. She's
Yeah.
getting to know her body. Like, obviously, this is an issue for her. He's not being respectful at all or sensitive to her.
Yeah. I mean, especially like if it's a new relationship, they just got married.
It seems like it's newer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did they meet beforehand? Did they live together
I feel
beforehand?
like it's a quick marriage. Like they didn't get to know each other.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of things that I want to know about this relationship because I feel like she might have just jumped into this relationship with this guy.
I agree.
And yeah, that's super
I love
weird.
the jump into conclusions that we're doing.
I'm seeing their whole life just play.
We've been going back and forth for like this for 3 days about the same thing, which is why I'm here. My daughter said that she could just handle it, but because she hates hearing us argue. Okay, so here's the thing.
Wow.
You're relying on your 14-year-old to be the most mature one here.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's taking it upon herself to say, look, I'll just deal with this issue. I don't want to see you guys fight. That's fucked up.
That's super messed up.
She needs to worry about just being a kid.
Yeah.
She's in high school now, 14.
Yeah, 14. There's
Like,
so much stuff going on in high school. High
Post
school
this
sucks.
on Reddit, and they're gonna know. They're gonna be like, "Your dad walking around naked playing on his phone."
Yeah.
See, that's not my dad.
Yeah.
My dad died.
Yep.
That's exactly how the conversation's gonna go.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think you're the asshole. Your husband is definitely the asshole.
Yeah,
But
he's
you
been-
need to be a little more protective of your child.
Yes.
I think.
Especially a girl. Like I feel like boys can take it a little bit better.
I think
but
guys
still,
always say this, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't protect our sons. We
no.
don't.
I mean,
We're like-
I'm gonna protect my son.
No, but you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah,
Like, we're like, toughen up, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Get-
We
deal
push
with
them
it.
down on the ground. We throw them around and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Whereas, like with your girl, you're like, whoa, you be gentle with my girl.
Well, no, I'm pretty. I've been.
I know you are, yeah. But
they
if
need
somebody
to know how to
else,
fight.
if somebody else comes and starts
Kill them.
that see, that was what I'm
Kill
talking
them.
about.
Yeah.
You take care of my daughter. You don't.
Hey, what would you do if your kid was acting up and someone disciplined your kid? Let's say your kid was acting wild.
Yeah.
Wild. And they go, hey, respect the situation you're in or something, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
I would be on the person's side as long as they're not like attacking or assaulting my child. Then it takes a village to raise a child.
Do you believe that's because you grew up in a different culture?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm with you on this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, protect your kids, but your kids need to be respectful.
Yeah.
Some of these people are letting their kids
They're terrible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
man.
they're terrible. They're
And
terrible.
it's crazy. And I saw this video. It went viral. This woman, she's got her phone out because they always do.
Yeah,
And she's
yeah.
recording this old man at a grocery store. And she's like, hey, did you call my daughter rude? And he's an old man. He's
Yeah.
like, well, yes, I did. And she goes, why? And he goes, well, she flicked me off. She flicked me off. And then she takes the camera to her daughter. She's like, did you flick him off? And she goes, yes, because he was too slow because of the grocery store. And she goes back to the old man, oh, were you in her way? And he goes, well, maybe. I'm old. He goes, I move
Yeah.
kind of slow, but she should respect her elders.
Yeah, she should.
And I was like, the whole time I was like, fuck this mom.
Yeah,
man.
the mom is terrible. The mom is the reason why the daughter is acting the way she
Yes.
is.
You didn't correct your daughter when
Not
she's
at
like,
all.
because he's in my way?
Yeah, because he's in my way. Like this is
Entitlement.
yes, it's all entitlement stuff, and it's just it's ruining our world.
How do you feel about spankings?
I mean, I think you should spank your child, not like bruise them, but like you pop them once or twice to let them know this no means no.
What age do you stop spanking?
I would say probably around 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
That's pretty young
Yeah.
to stop.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like if you like between 1 and 2, those are the years that you kind of and not like full on whoop them. You know
not
what I'm saying?
asking
Like
you to beat
like
the
you
shit
just
out of
like
your
you like
3-year-old.
pop them like no, stop.
So
you know?
this learn.
Yeah.
So
No.
you're teaching them, is this on a discipline of doing something that's dangerous for them
Yes.
or a punishment? Because
No, I mean,
right?
yeah. So it's like if the child is trying to touch the stove and you're like, it's hot, stop, and they continue to do, you pop them like no, and they continue to pop them again, no, and then you put them in timeout.
Okay.
So you've done something wrong. I've given you 2 instances. Now it's time for you to go in timeout. So that's how you like condition them to understand what is right and wrong.
Did your parents spank you?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did that stop? What age?
I can't remember. Did it ever stop?
No, I'm with
No.
you, dude. Because I talk about it. My parents beat the shit. Well,
Yeah.
I got beat the shit.
Yeah,
out of.
yeah.
I didn't get spanked.
It's
got
the
beat.
culture. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if it's the culture. I think.
well,
it
I
was
mean, so
untreated trauma.
growing up in Jamaica, I went to a Catholic school, and the headmistress had
A paddle?
paddles, switches, switches, and like cane sticks on the wall. And so if you went up there and you were doing wrong, she would take one of those and give you the spankings. And like the teachers would have like a little belt that if you got wrong answers, they would slap your hand, because they're like, we gave you homework. You're supposed to learn the homework and come back.
For the record, I've known this man for a long time, and he was very studious.
Yeah.
He behaved very well in school.
Well, I mean, I got conditioned.
No, that's my whole point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it works, right? That's the whole thing. It works.
So it can work.
But how about at home? Did your parents also take that?
Yeah.
home?
Yeah. I mean, if I was acting the fool, they're going to make sure I know.
Did you have to pick your own stick outside?
Sometimes.
Or your
yeah. You go
sibling
outside. Yeah.
pick it
You have
for you?
to. Yeah.
Dude, I have a story. I was picking, so we got disciplined. Okay, let's say that. And sometimes you'd have to pick the stick for your sibling.
Yeah.
Right? And I was really young.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And my older sister, and she's probably going to be in the comments about this. My parents asked me to pick a stick for her. And in my head, I love my family. I love my sisters, right? And I was like, I'm gonna get the biggest stick.
Yes.
My mom.
Yes, sir.
I didn't say mom, but my parents. My parents gonna see the stick.
We know. Like back in the day, 80s kids, it was the mom that was at home most of the time.
Oh.
Your mom would do the initial punishment,
This last
and then
week,
when
we
your
talked
dad,
about 80s. But yeah, so I was like, man, I'm gonna get the biggest stick, and my mom is gonna grab this stick and say, I can't beat my daughter with this.
Oh,
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I watched my sister get the shit beat out of her, and she looked at me. She's like the betrayal, dude. You know that scene in Glory with there's a wash table when he's getting whipped and he's does one tear. Dude, my sister was looking at me, looking at me like this, and this tears, because she was very strong. Like she didn't show. She never liked to show that she was getting hurt by.
It was the older sister.
Older than me, but not the oldest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I tell you, when I got hit, dude, I was like, you knew I was gonna, because sometimes I would scream so much because I wanted neighbors to help.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But people didn't. They didn't. They mind your own business.
They knew what you did.
I would be like, I didn't do anything.
They knew what you did.
I promise you, dude. I was a good kid, but you wouldn't believe I was a good kid. But I just thought it was funny, like, because I remember thinking I was gonna be the hero.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, my mom loves us too much. There's no way she's gonna hit my sister with this. No, she beat the shit out of her.
But that's something
My mom
that
was
you
like,
grew up
call the
with.
cops.
Yeah.
Call them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We knew not to for some reason.
Because the cops ain't gonna do nothing. What are they gonna do? What are
Dude,
cops
one time
gonna do?
my dad beat the shit out of me. All right, and we'll go off the rails, but it's fine. All right, so me and the producer, we had a 3-day weekend, and we wanted to make it a 4-day weekend, right? So
Right.
he used to walk over to my neighborhood, and we would skip school.
Yeah,
sometimes,
of
right?
course.
And so we're like, yeah, we'll skip school. And we're going to go to his house because his parents were at work. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So were mine.
Yeah.
But my mom, she would come home during the day. That
Yeah.
doesn't really matter to the story. So anyways, we get caught.
Right.
We go back to our school. They call the police, and the police drive us back to school. We go to the principal office, and they call up his parents, right? They get the answer machine, right? And this motherfucker, he's like, I'm gonna delete that shit when I get home. He
Yes,
did.
sir. Look at that smile. Oh, snap.
He didn't get any kind of punishment. No one knew what happened, right?
Yeah.
Right? No one knew what happened until now. But me, they call my dad. My dad was a blue collar guy. He worked
Yeah.
at a steel mill.
Yep.
Blue collar, hard work. And so they call my dad, and it's loud as fuck, right? Because it's like grinding metal, welders like clink, 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 clink. And my dad's like yelling, hello? And they're like, they tell my dad, do you remember the story? They tell my dad that we're hiding around cars and we don't know. You don't remember this? They would say that we don't know if there's breaking into cars. We don't know they're in a parking lot that's supposed to be, right? And the whole time I was thinking, they're making it sound like I'm stealing cars.
Yes.
Or stealing car radios.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, why are you doing this, right? And then my dad's like, what? My son, what? Right? And I was like, oh God. And the lady, the principal's like, okay. And she hangs up the phone. And I remember looking at her and go, why'd you do this to me? I go, why'd you do this? And she looks at me, she goes, what's gonna happen to you? And I go, I can't talk about it. Right? I was like, I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? So I get home, right? And I'll never forget. I was just learning how to play guitar, right? And I was playing "Come As You Are" by Nirvana, right?
Yeah.
It's very easy to play. It's just this right here, right? And my dad comes home very casually, and I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? Because my dad usually wasn't like the administrator of pain,
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's a cool name. And so he walks around, doesn't say anything. My mom's already home.
Right.
She doesn't know anything yet. My dad takes off his belt, as he normally would, could change it to his like comfy clothes. Beats the fuck out of me with the buckle. With the buckle,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I fall on the ground. My guitar like breaks. Like my dad's just going around just beating the shit out of me. Like, God, hard as you can. Dude.
Yeah.
I feel everything, right? You know, they say sometimes, you know, the adrenaline kicks in, you don't feel. No,
Yeah, you feel
no
it.
adrenaline. It was just like, just feel the pain.
Yep.
He beats the shit out of me. My mom comes running in, right? And she's like, why are you killing my son? And my dad goes, he's stealing cars. And then my mom grabs 2 handful of hangers. It's like, I don't know which these hangers came from, but she had 2 handful of hangers, hooks out, starts beating me too. And she's going around me in a circle. They're like it's like
It's a beatdown. It's a parrot beatdown.
A parrot beatdown, yes. And I start crying, screaming. I'm rolling around like I'm kind of like
block what you can.
And then like I'm exhausted, and I go, I wasn't stealing cars. I was just in a parking lot. And my dad goes, oh, but don't do that again. I know, we were just by a parking lot, on the sidewalk. But like, do you remember talking about the parking lot? And like, we weren't there.
Yeah, and
It's a golf cart lady.
it's a steel mill, so like he only hears bits and
And he
pieces.
speaks broken English.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so, I mean, we got escorted by cops.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I got the shit beat out of me. I mean, that's a huge sidetrack of what we're talking about.
It is.
But it's talking about disciplining your kids.
Yeah,
I guess.
discipline.
But-
Well, I mean, it's just also like just the care of your kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, to go back to this, like,
yes, we were talking about something. Yes.
if the stepdad doesn't feel like he's in the wrong, then he's definitely the wrong person to be around your daughter.
It's all this is weird. The dad's
It is
acting
very
super
weird.
weird. Like he's
I
walking
mean-
around. His kids are 10 years old. That's too old for your junk to be out for any kids, right? And you know, you got a 14-year-old daughter, and he's aware
He is
that you have a 14-year-old daughter,
but
he's not the biological father,
right.
And that makes an extra step of weirdness to it.
He's selfish,
Very selfish,
super selfish.
All he has to do is put on some damn pants on.
Yeah, put on briefs, boxers, or wrap
Close
a
the
towel
door,
around. Yeah,
you know.
Close
Because
the door.
she's scared to close the door because she was locked and traumatized by it.
Yeah.
And guess what? Your husband, your new husband, doesn't give a fuck about your kid's feelings.
He doesn't have a care in the world.
You need to get rid of that guy. I think that's enough. All right? Fuck that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Do we have time for on to next? Because I feel like that story took a long time. As it does sometimes.
So we got time for one more.
We got time for another quick
yeah.
Maybe.
We'll see how. Yeah.
All right. This is Am I Overreacting? Am I overreacting by breaking up with my girlfriend for wanting to spend the night at her ex's house? Okay.
No.
No, I don't think so.
What's the reason for your girlfriend to spend the night with her ex?
It better be a good fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like it had to be a snowstorm and her car broke down. It was the only house there because
No.
they live in a cabin. And even then, there's some suspicious.
Unless it's her brother.
Her ex is her brother? Whoa, there's more to unpack right there, dude.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, but either way, I don't think you're overreacting.
You're not going to have a good read.
There's never a good
There's not a
reason.
good reason for this.
No.
What do you feel about exes at weddings?
Okay.
By the way, I married him.
Yes.
Wait, that sounded weird. That sounded weird. What I meant is,
You officiated.
officiated the wedding.
Yes. You officiated
I officiated the
I am married to Cassie. Yes.
You looked at me weird.
I
I'm like, I did
Sure.
marry you.
Yes. We're married.
Oh yes, I officiated the wedding.
Yeah, but no, like if your ex is married herself,
Okay.
then and you know the husband, and like your wife has been around your ex and their husband.
You're saying everyone's cool with you.
Yeah, if everybody's cool, then that's fine.
Okay.
But if your wife to be doesn't want you around your ex at all, then no, that's bad. That's just poisoning the well.
So my wife's ex was at our wedding,
Mm-hmm,
right? And so the man that was officiating our wedding was her ex's father. Right? He was a pastor or reverend something.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that she wanted to invite this guy. And this was the guy that when she was a little girl thought she was going to marry him. Right. And I was like, this is super fucking weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
What? I'm like, you're having your ex's father marry us, which
Yes.
you don't really have a close tie. You just kind of knew him.
Right.
And I was like, you're bringing him to our wedding.
Yeah.
And at first she was like, no, it's no big deal. But my wife's dad, in his speech at the wedding,
I remember. Yeah.
His speech, he mentions this. He goes,
does.
I thought Katie was going to marry Tyler.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She married Matt, and he had some cool things to say.
Yeah, he did.
But the whole time,
it was
I'm
kind of
like,
weird.
Bro, why is all this attention? Like, why is this motherfucker even here? I don't have a problem, homeboy.
Yeah.
I don't got an issue, right?
Right.
There's not. I won't say insecurity.
Yeah.
But there was like a
the awkwardness.
respectfulness. Like, hey man, like I wouldn't be bringing, girls that I was like, oh man, I want to marry this girl. So I want to watch her. I want her to watch me get married.
Yeah.
Something. I thought it was strange.
That was strange.
Yeah.
That was strange.
But I agree. If everyone's cool with it, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But there needs to be a conversation. And I wasn't cool with it. I was like, this is weird. I wasn't like, no, I'm insecure.
Yeah, no.
I was like,
it was weird. It was just weird.
I was like, I don't know this dude. I was like, you barely know him anymore.
Yeah.
And he might watch this video. Sorry, bro.
Sorry.
No offense.
No offense.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have had me officiate your wedding.
We didn't know that was a thing then. That was a long time ago.
I officiated Dowie's.
That wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
That was a long ago. Okay. I'm sorry. Me, 24 male, and my now ex-girlfriend, 27 female.
Well, we
you know
already
what
know. Yeah.
This did not work out.
He did say, is it wrong for him to break up with his...
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Correct. We're dating for a couple years, and we mutually decided that we needed a break for reasons which I don't think are relevant. Oh, so that's not even the reason.
She went back to her ex-boyfriend.
That seems relevant. Right?
I bet.
We agreed that if either of us decided to see anyone else during our break, it was okay. Oh my God, I don't like where this is going.
This is a Ross and Rachel thing?
Yeah, and I don't know. Okay, I know. But let's talk about this.
Yeah.
The break.
Yeah.
Right. If you guys go on a break, you think it's okay to date other people?
Yeah.
Because I thought a break was a time when you had to reevaluate what do you want.
Yes.
Not like who do you want.
Right.
What do you want.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you right now, if I went on a break with someone because we're dating for a while, and in that break, she was dating some other guy, I'd have a big issue with this.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Well, so here's the thing. If you guys are dating, like your boyfriend and girlfriend, why do you need a break? If you need a break, then that means you guys should just break up because there's obviously something that's not working in the relationship.
I think it's because you care about this person and there's a lot of things are going right.
Yeah.
But there's something either missing or there's something you can't, put your finger on. Why can't I take it to the next step? Right.
Right.
Because you'll see sometimes people are dating for years without any kind of progression. No one's moved in. Like,
right.
Didn't necessarily get married, but like there's no progression.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think having a break to reevaluate is important. But not to date other people.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
that's
when I hear people say they're going to take a break from the relationship, it means they want to just go date other people for a little bit.
A lot of times it feels that way.
Yeah. So it's like, why not just break up? And then if you guys get back together, then you get back together. Instead of like saying we're on a break, just end the relationship. And then if it circles back around, then it happens.
Okay. So you're like, I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm going to break up with you. And things happen. And if we get back together, we get back together.
Exactly.
So my conscience is clean.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. I see the loopholes. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there. And it's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because it's up to them at that point to want to date you afterwards.
Right. And I mean, there's also like, there's no like expectations of like, well, I wonder if so-and-so is staying true to themselves and on this break. It's like, y'all broke up so you can do whatever you want.
Damn, that's a tough conversation though, right? Mm-hmm. After the fact. Like,
well,
hey,
I mean,
just so you know,
I slept with 13 girls while we were on
whoa, Anthony. Whoa.
I mean, I didn't, but like,
whoa. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Okay.
Yeah.
If that happens, do you try to this kind of pivot and go, look, let's not talk about that because that's not going to help this relationship. Just know that we weren't together, and I realized that I do want to be with you.
I mean,
or do you go like, well, look, all cards on the table. I dated 4 girls. 3 of them got pretty serious, but at the end of the day, it just didn't work out.
I mean, I would have that honest conversation with them, especially if they're like, honestly, I didn't date anybody while we broke up, and I just really missed you and I want to be with you. And I'll be like, well, I dated 4 people, and
that seems like you shouldn't be saying
went
that.
on 16 dates, and
they're telling you like, hey, I realized
bought
the
a
whole
dog.
time I wanted to be with you.
Yeah.
And I didn't date anybody. I did a lot of self-reflection, and you go, cool, what I did.
what I did last summer.
You know?
Well, no, I feel like you should be 100%. I mean, if
I feel
you're wanting to, take your relationship to a next level, especially if you're circling back around, then you should be forthwith. You don't necessarily have to go into gory detail in what you did, but
Why
just
are they
let them
gory,
know.
bro? What are you doing? I'm a weird guy.
I don't know. I'm in this hypothetical situation. You don't know what this dude's doing.
You're the dude. You're the dude. What dude? You're the dude.
You don't know.
You don't know what single Anthony does, man.
You know?
Single Anthony, all things are green light.
You never know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Okay? Because I'm not trying to get
Juicy.
nobody. All these are hypothetical. Okay?
It's all hypothetical.
Okay. I think I got to start all over.
No, you don't have to start over.
No. I think it's relevant. Okay, we agreed that if either one of us decided to see anyone during this break, it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
We were broken up for about 6 months. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time. During this time, both of us ended up having other partners.
Okay.
Mine were very casual and short term, but she ended up actually dating someone and developed a sort of a fling with this person.
Okay.
Fast forward to us getting back together. She, of course, went to tell her new partner that they can't date anyone. Okay. Or anymore. Date anymore. Okay, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Be like, because I'm with you now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like right there, like if she didn't call it off with this dude before she even started to have a conversation with you, there's an issue. Like obviously she was still dating. She was still on a break when you guys decided to get back together.
Yeah.
Maybe he
So
was
you think
the only.
she's cheating.
No, I don't think she's cheating. I think that
On the other guy with you.
I think she is still doing her break while he is ready to get back together.
I wonder who initiated the break. He said mutual, but there's always someone.
Yeah, I
who
feel
kind of like.
Yeah,
I feel like
it was
he
probably
did.
she did. She did.
You think
it.
so?
Yeah, I think she did.
Because he had these casuals.
Yeah,
But
because
she-
he was
she
just
found
casually
something.
dating. But yeah, she was looking for something better.
Okay, that's a good argument. Fast forward to us getting back together. She, of course, went to tell the new partner that they can't date anymore. Great. So we're back on dating for about a week. And then she decides to tell me that she's going to spend the night at her ex's, the recent fling house. Okay, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is an open relationship now.
yeah,
That's what's going on here. I tell her I am not comfortable with this at all, being as we just started dating again and our relationship is still in a vulnerable period. She seemed offended by the use of my words, vulnerable, and asked, what makes our relationship so vulnerable to you? She's gaslighting you.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like I said, she's the one that wanted to take the break.
Oh, yeah. Maybe she wasn't the first person that wanted to start it, but she definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah,
You know?
she did.
Maybe you had a couple. Listen, it goes back to like girls have more options in the dating world.
Yeah.
They just do. I explained that we just started dating again after 6 months, and we should really be more focused on rebuilding our relationship than spending nights at ex's houses. That makes sense. That's a perfectly logical thing.
Yes,
and I don't. Think
If
you said it that
if
way.
you're looking to grow the relationship, that is 100% reasonable.
yeah, focus
But-
on us right now.
But
Oh,
she does not want to
Yeah.
grow the relationship.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
telling you,
still-
she's still on break.
yeah, because she doesn't know. She don't know which one she wants.
Yeah,
Right? Because she obviously still likes you, but she still likes this guy.
yeah,
Like, has she been with this guy for 6 months? You know,
maybe, or maybe 4 months,
maybe. Maybe we don't know, right?
or maybe she's been with this guy for a while.
Maybe you were the other guy, right? An argument ensued, and she wouldn't budge. She's very on set on having this sleepover, The idea of it gives me the major ick.
Yeah.
And the ick is why I don't especially like the fact that this person lives in a different city and it bothers me. So I bluntly state, I think we need a break up.
Yes.
I agree. That's good for you to say that
Yeah.
too. She stops sobbing inconsolably, like literally wailing so loudly that I can hear her throughout the entire house while I pack my things. After I pack, I just leave. We have barely spoken since this breakup. I would like to add that I do care very much and deeply for this person. And at one point, imagine us spending our lives together. But this was the deal breaker for me. The days following the breakup, I was a total wreck and was seriously regretting my decision. But logically, I think I made the right choice.
Yes.
Was my decision too hasty, too emotional? I really don't know at this point. No, dude, you made the right call.
Yeah. Yeah.
You made the right call.
I mean, and that's fine. Like, that's why I feel like she was the one that initiated this whole, like, let's take a break, is because he seems like he's really into her. And then she's still playing the games, you know? Like, she's still trying to play the field to see what's out there. And she really likes all these qualities in this guy, original post. But she likes some of these qualities in the sleepover boy. So she wants to have her cake and eat it too.
Would you be so bold to ask her why him?
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely want to know why. Why would you want to spend the night with this person? Like, what is the real reason that you're spending the night with this person?
Yeah.
Because are you guys gonna
Love him?
I mean, I don't even think that you need to put love into this situation. Are you guys just gonna go have drinks and watch movies? In which case, why do you feel you need to spend the night there? And two, if you guys are both consenting adults and you've been dating for maybe two months, 4 months, 6 months, I don't know, you guys are just gonna have sex. So it's like you're just trying to have sex with this dude.
It's just a weird thing for her not to understand his point of view in this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think anyone, I don't care how close you are, if the person you are interested in and dating and have dated for a while, and apparently you guys have talked about marriage, at least he's thought about it.
Yeah.
So there was love there. And they say, hey, I'm not really comfortable with you spending a night at a man's house that you've had sex with recently.
Yeah.
Recently.
Right.
And she's like, why are you being weird? That's fucked up.
Yeah. There's one person that's really in the relationship, and that's this original post. She's just trying to have fun.
Damn. See a hoe?
I wouldn't say she a hoe. I would just say that she wants to have her cake and eat it.
Hey, how do you feel about slut shaming?
I don't like it.
Like you a slut?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that's. Well, you got more to say?
I was just saying that I just don't feel like you would need to shame anybody. I mean,
That's fair.
you know.
I mean, not shame. I mean, I guess I don't know. Like, if someone has sex with, let's say, 12 people, different people in a month, casually, do you think that person? What do you think about that situation? Is there any judgment? Is there any kind of thing?
I would honestly just ask them, like, are you okay? Like 12 different people in 1 month. That's excessive.
I think so too. But some people would say no.
I mean, but see, in my mindset, I'm thinking a girl having sex with 12 different people in a month. You think a guy having sex with 12 different people in a month, then you're like, to me, I'm not as like concerned. But it's like I should be. You still should be.
I guess I would say both of them probably there's something going on, like kind of like insecurity or something. That's my go-to. But yeah, I guess there is a little slight difference in me.
Yeah,
and we're probably a little sexist for that.
Yeah,
but I don't think we're built the same. I don't
right.
think, and I think also I think about the future.
Yeah,
and I think she's going to regret this decision.
Yeah, it
like
typically
eventually she's going to regret. And I say this a lot.
It typically weighs more on a girl because you have that possibility of getting pregnant. You've got. I can feel the comments
right now. Women being upset that two men are talking about women's feelings.
Yes.
What are you gonna do about it?
Subscribe.
us our opinions. You know,
Yeah.
if you want to be on the show and talk
Yeah.
about it,
Hit us,
talk about
DM
it.
us.
If you want to discuss it in the comments.
Yeah.
You know, because I've made a lot of comments on here and people have been upset, and I welcome that because I don't know and I want your opinions on it.
Yeah,
So
educate us.
If you're upset or you think something wrong or you think I'm being insecure or whatever, I want to hear it because at the end of the day, you shouldn't give a fuck what I say. I mean, I don't give a fuck what you say, right? It's just two people talking, different opinions.
Love yourself.
Yeah.
But don't be selfish.
Don't let everyone love you, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you trying to shame me?
Yo, you all kind listen, this guy, you know what I'm saying? You've been around the block. I'm joking.
No, keep it. Let him
No,
know.
it's a lie. I
Let
don't
him
know. Okay, well, I think that's our time.
Good therapy session.
Yeah. I'm Matt.
And I'm Anthony. And this is Doors Open.